Oh, them niggas hitting it in over there.
Oh, yo. What's happening? What's up? Y'all see the description down below. Y'all know what day it is. Asked my daughter last week what day it was when it was Cinco de Mayo. She said it's Wham Talk Wednesday. It's only right. I'm TrotWAM to some, Walter Trotter the most. What it do, man? Y'all know what it is. We just bringing it in live here from Twitter, live from Facebook, live from YouTube on the Who-Bangin Sports Talk YouTube channel. We've been a little bit light this week. But it's only right. The Who-Bangin Sports Lounge will be back. Tune in on Friday. We'll be back with special guests, getting everything live and dialed all the way in for the playoffs. Come on now. Had to take some time away though, bro. Shit got crazy. Shit getting weird. But you know what? We got to get back right. Now, some weird shit going on today though. Some weird shit going on today. I actually titled this LeBron Return without a question mark prior to him being ruled out. So now he's ruled out. So LeBron Return is not happening today. This is the second half of a back-to-back for the Lakers. And I don't want to start off talking about the Lakers. Obviously, y'all know I'm a homer and shit. What's up with you, Gerald Jones? What's happening with you, my guy? What's good? You know, a week away from the playoffs. He said it. This is the last Wham Talk before the playoffs. We're going to have the play-in game active on Tuesday, just before Wham Talk Wednesday. So we're going to have a one play-in game before the show. But we're going to have a lot of content coming in, you guys, the next few weeks. It's going to be some nice shit coming up. So I'm very excited about that. It's very, very interesting, very meaningful basketball that's going to be played within this next week. So we got that to look forward to. If y'all don't know, I'm TrotWAM. For the people that's new to the show, I'm pretty much just going to break down the NBA card for today. But typically from here on out, we're going to be breaking down every NBA game from here on out, just giving you guys our opinions, basically our edges. If we're locking in plays, we'll give those out as well. These are free picks. You don't have to buy anything. Just like, subscribe to content. Tell somebody. They're giving out free shit over there, free money over there. Somebody go ahead and get that. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you may see. You might see an enemy. But if you do see an op, just bust on him. I said just bust on him if you see an op. I say that just to be joking around, but here it is, man. We're going to start off. We ain't going to waste no more of y'all time. Shout out to y'all that's tuning in on Twitter. Shout out to y'all that's tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit the likes button. What's up with you, Johnny? What's happening with you, G? What's up with you? So, yeah, we got the first game. I actually got action on here. It's the Boston Celtics on the road against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We already know that Jaylen Brown is out for the season. We just keep getting hit with marquee player after marquee player out for the season. This is a weird season. A lot of guys don't want to play. A lot of guys don't want to play this shit. This season, call it a quiz. Let's get a whole offseason under our belts. Actually, you might not get a whole offseason because some of these guys are going to be in the Olympics. So, yeah, you never know. Maybe even more lingering injuries next season, too. But, hey, for right now, it's a lot of shit, man. We got LeBron out, so we did talk about that a little bit. Jaylen Brown is going to be out for this game. Also, the guys that's going to be out for this Boston Celtics team, it's a laundry list, honestly. We got Kemba Walker's out. We got Marcus Smart out. Let me double check. Let me pull up their injury report just to make sure we got everybody that's accounted for here. But there's pretty much a lot of guys that's going to be out. They're only going to have Evan Fournier as far as marquee players and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is going to be in the lineup for sure. I think he's going to be going on, his little Kobe tour here, trying to go out and hold it down in fashion here. But on the flip side, there's a lot of injuries for the Cleveland Cavaliers as well. They got Cedi Osman, who's questionable, one of their big wing guys that they need out there knocking down threes, so they need him out there. Darius Garland, who is pretty much their playmaker that has been out for a while. That is a tough loss for them. They got Larry Nance Jr., one of their key defenders that's out. Tyrion Prince, somebody that just got added in late in the season, whatever. From here on out, though, those other guys that's mentioned that's out, you don't need to mention them. But for Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, and also Robert Williams, their starting center, it's a big blow for the Celtics. But I'm still going to back the Celtics here. I like the -6. A lot of this has to do with who they're playing. They're playing against a team that is pretty much dog shit right now. You know what I'm saying? And I say that kindly. I mean, for the season, they're ranked 29th in turnovers. Over the last 5 games, they've been allowing the most points to opponents in the Cleveland Cavaliers. And also, they've been giving up the three to opponents as well. This team in the Cleveland Cavaliers, well, I think I mentioned that Darius Garland's been out. That's a big loss for them offensively. So they're not going to be able to distribute the ball like they have been. I mean, they weren't doing a great job prior to that, but for the most part, they haven't been really doing that good defensively along with offensively. As far as opponents' three-point percentage, they're allowing opponents to shoot 39% from 3 over the last 5 games. They've been giving it up. So I anticipate them giving it up again today. Evan Fournier is starting to kind of get into some sort of rhythm. A lot of that has to do with the guys been in and out of the lineup. It's been a lot of crazy things going on. You can point fingers either way, but I will start off with not Brad Stevens, but I will start off with Danny Ainge and then trickle down from there. But for the most part, this team is tanking in the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think Gerald Jones says it right here. Look, Cleveland, Oklahoma City, Orlando, these guys are taking. This is a fade spot for everybody in those games there, especially OKC. OKC just giving it all the way up, bro. But I like the Celtics here. I think this is going to be one of the probably easiest bets I make today. Everything else, it seems like it's already starting off on a rocky moment here. But this is the play that I had scheduled to give out here. I like the Celtics. I like this in the smash spot as well. First quarter, first half, -2, -3, 2 to -6. I do like that. But I'm going to take the Celtics full game, -6. I have enough action early today and I'll go into detail based on that, but I'm going to take the Celtics -6 here. I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to continue to display that they're tanking. They're not trying to win shit from this point on. They could have had guys try to gel in with their starters and guys that they key in on the future, like Jared Allen and Isaac Okoro. Those guys can possibly find some rhythm here towards the end of the season, similar to what Josh Hart did and Lonzo Ball did on the Lakers before they got traded. But I don't think that's going to happen in this game. I think they're going to get blown out. And this is a team that's trying to continue to fight for seeding. Now, we do know that, the seeding matters here in this day and age. As of now, the Celtics are in a play-in game. So they are in the same spot as far as the Lakers. They're in the 7th seed. So they do want to position themselves a little bit better. They're not going to get any better anyway, but I think this is a good spot for them to rest players, which they're doing, and for them to still showcase that they have enough talent to beat teams like this. In the Cleveland Cavaliers, that's trash. And I mean, as much as I've been trying to be easy on JB Bickerstaff, man, he probably need that work, bro. This motherfucker just do the stupidest shit towards the end of games, man. Just piss me off when I'm on him or when I'm going against him. So I think it's going to be a terrible spot if you're taking the Cavs from here on out for the rest of the year. And honestly, I want to get away from betting these top tier teams. I want to get away from betting these bottom tier teams because they are already locked in on these next 3 games. They're already locked in. It's the middle teams that I'm trying to back and I'm trying to bet with. So this is a middle team, which is in the Boston Celtics. I believe that's kind of where I'm going to go in these next few games before the end of the season. So that's kind of leaning there. So I'll take the Boston Celtics -3. I already locked that in. That's kind of where I'm leaning here. There. Props-wise, I like the Evan Fournier prop over 19.5 points. I think he has opportunity to ball out today. He's been gearing up, playing pretty well over the last 7 games. Over the last 2 weeks, he shot 17% from the field. 17%. What the fuck? 17 points per game. He's been getting 17 points per game in the last 7 games. He's averaged about 17 points per game. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he's shooting about 56% from 3. I'm about to pull that up just to make sure I was correct there. I believe he's been shooting 56% from 3. Oh, no, my apologies. I'm shorting you, bro. 60%. He's been shooting 60% from 3. He's been shooting really well from three. A lot of his shots, majority of his shots have been half of his shots are coming from the three. So maybe it's a 3-point prop here for Evan Fournier rather than just the points over 19.5. That may be where I lean there for the full game. But nothing I'm making official. I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the end of tip off. But I'll finalize my card for sure. For sure, I'm going to take in that -6 on the Celtics. I already locked that in. It's probably going to be the 3-point prop or the points for Evan Fournier if I do make that official. As far as the total there, I would say I would go over this total. I would go over the team total for the Celtics though. I don't think that the Cavs is going to be able to put up any points in this game. I think we're going to see some lockdown defense from some of these guys that you haven't really seen a lot from, like, Samuel Ojale and Peyton Pritchard as well. He's kind of underrated guard there. But along with Peyton Pritchard too, I wanted to mention him as well as far as guards, because I looked up the stats for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've given up about 52% from three on opposing guards in the last 5 games. So they've been allowing guards to shoot on them. And that's something that I'm thinking Peyton Pritchard, his prop is probably a good look too. But I'm just trying to shy away from Jason Tatum, so I'm going to leave it alone there. I'm probably not going to take a prop here other than Evan Fournier, but I'm going to leave it alone there. I'm going to for sure take the -6. All right, other than that, let's go ahead down the line here, man. This is one of those other games that I don't have any action on, but I am interested in. It is the Washington Wizards going against the Atlanta Hawks. This is a very interesting game. I liked the Wizards the last time these guys met. The game before both of these teams was playing each other. And that's where the Washington Wizards only lost by 1 point. And that's without Bradley Beal. We all know that Bradley Beal is a big key piece to this season. I'm sorry, as far as the season success, big key for this team in the Washington Wizards. Without him, it's kind of tough to back them. But they did cover the last game. A lot of that had a lot to do with the anticipation of Russell Westbrook to cover and win out that I'm sorry, not win out. Cover. I'm a lot betting right now, guys, but he's doing a triple-double. He's the triple-double king now at this point. Has more triple-doubles than Big O, which is something that just you gotta just hold your breath and not basically hold your breath, but you just pay homage, bro. Like, this guy, he's been doing that shit for a minute, man, as far as triple-doubles and just holding it down the floor from there, but doing his thing, man. I'm a very, very very much of a Russell Westbrook fan, not only because he gives back to the people, you know what I'm saying, and met my daughter and shit, all that good shit, and it's a little bit personal there, and he's from the city and shit. That's a little bit personal, but I think I just like Russell Westbrook, just the way he carries himself and the way he doesn't give any shit. And you can tell if he's on this team, he's riding with you. If you're not on this team, he don't give a fuck. So I like that type of mentality. It gives me a little Kobe vibes there, but no, neither here nor there. Russell Westbrook is somebody that I would like to back, but not as much as I would like to back Steph Curry. You dig what I'm saying? But somebody I would like to back long term. In this spot, though, against a Hawks team that I think they have a lot to prove from here on out. They will continue to play well. These are two teams that are in the middle of the pack. The Washington Wizards, in this spot, they don't have nothing to really play for. They really don't. They already are locked in on the 10th seed. They're going to be in the play-in game regardless. They kind of want to just get these guys rested and healthy. As far as the injury report here, let me look up their injury report just to make sure. Bradley Beal obviously is out. Thomas Bryant has been gone for a long time. And then also they have that rookie that's just recently got out for the season as well. On the other side is Tony Snell, who cares, DeAndre Hunter, and Cam Reddish. All those guys been out for quite a while so far. So you're getting the Atlanta team that you've been noticing playing really well lately, been shooting the ball a lot better lately. They obviously did kind of collapse in the game that they just played these guys just played each other. And, they got similar styles, in my opinion. Both of these guys are averaging 58 points in the paint over the last 3 games. They're both averaging 129, 128 points per game, giving up 128 and 120 points. So there's a lot of points being scored in here. Obviously, this total's at 238. Reason being because, you're expecting a lot of points. I would still lean Washington, though, in a spot, and I probably would lean towards the under. And a lot of people don't understand this as far as the Washington Wizards. They've been pretty good defensively lately. I mean, as far as this Washington Wizards team, you don't necessarily think of them being a great defensive team, but I mean, over the last 10 games, if I'm not mistaken, they have a top 10 defensive rating. And it's been going on for about 2 weeks now, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't checked it yet because this game I didn't have any action on, but I wanted to say they have a top 10 defense. My apologies. Not a top 10 defense over the last 10 games, but I believe it may be over the last 5 games. Let me check here just to slow this shit down a little bit. This pace that I've been on, it's a brisk pace, like my guy Jimmy was saying. So maybe I'm a little bit mistaken. I'm probably back in last week with it and shit, but they're actually ranked 22nd in defense rating. Pretty bad, actually. Just pretty bad. But again, the number one team in pace over the last 5 games. You're seeing the Hawks. They've been playing really good defense lately. But as far as their pace is about 16th. It's not that much different there from what they've been doing all year. I just don't want to have any. I don't want anything to do with these 2 games. They're too similar for me. It's the reason why I was leaning Washington last game and I didn't pull it. Wish I did, but they're getting a little bit shorter number from what they had last game. I think it was at 7.5, 8. Right now it's at 6.5 for the Washington Wizards, which is neither here nor there for me there. But I'm going to pass off that game. This game that I do have action on is the Dallas Mavericks going against the New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans are packing this shit up. Zion ain't playing. B.I. ain't playing. Dallas is trying to continue to fight for positioning, even though they're kind of locked in on their spot as well. But they don't have anybody that's going to be out of this game. They're going to have a lot of guys in. Let's pull up their game. This is a Dallas Mavericks team, which is favored by 9 points. The total is at 224.5. My attack on this game is going to be taking Dallas early, taking Dallas often, honestly, early as we can. So we're going to take them at first quarter. I already knocked it in at 3. And let me check you guys for the current number here. You could get Dallas at 2.5 at a few spots. So we're going to make Dallas 2.5. I got it at 3. Still need 3 to get there. So we're going to take it. I'll take it at 3, honestly, because it looks like it's market wide here at 3. We'll take an official show pick here for Dallas first quarter -3 against the New Orleans Pelicans. No Zion, no Lonzo, who's been playing well. I told my boy on the show, on his show, probably the best player, best shooter on the Pelicans this whole year. They have no fucking stretch. Like, they have nobody to stretch the floor. They have nobody to make shots consistently. I mean, they're banking on Lonzo to be their best shooter when that's a luxury. That's an added luxury rather than it being a necessity. Like, you need guys that's locked in. Like, the fact that they got rid of JJ Redick just lets you know that they're on a different time at this point, and they're out of the play-in game, and I believe that they will continue to be out of the play-in game because you're seeing the Spurs play really well towards the end of the season. I'm not betting against the Spurs. I'd rather bet against the New Orleans Pelicans because they don't really have that much to play for. If they're already sitting Zion, Lonzo, and Brandon Ingram, you just don't expect these guys to play at top shape. And when you got this Dallas team that is playing at full strength right now, I believe we're going to get KP back in the lineup here, if I'm not mistaken, for this game. And if he's not in the lineup, that's really not a big deal. But he's probable to play. Should play today. This should have been a JJ Redick revenge spot, but he's out. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a JJ Redick revenge spot, but he's out. But I'm not going to say nothing there, too much there. But I'll just say Dallas for sure is early and often. That's how I'm taking this. I locked it in at -3, -4.5 on the first half, -3 in the first quarter. I think Dallas comes out here and smash and cover the 9 points as well. I'm not going to bank on the 9 points. I'm just going to lock in early and just based off of what we have as far as a starting lineup. I mean, we're going to have Eric Bledsoe out there and company, you guys. Like that's the marquee guy for this team. It's going to be Eric Bledsoe and company. Wes Nwandu, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be Hernan Gomez out there and shit. I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is pretty much of a good player. But, I mean, over the last 5 games, and he had 15 points. He's averaging 15 points. Over the last 2 games. But, again, come on, bro. Come on. Let's not play with each other. We're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to really lean too much there on this game here. I'm not going to bang y'all heads because we got a few other games to go over. But just to give y'all an example and reason why I like this game, as far as efficiency wise, it's a two different type of party. For the season, they're pretty much composed because you got Zion in the paint. So New Orleans Pelicans is at 53% effective field goal percentage, slight edge to Dallas at 54% for the season. Over the last 3 games, it's 49% for New Orleans. It's 55% for Dallas. They're playing a lot better, efficient basketball. Now, as far as defensively, you're getting that edge to New Orleans. I will give them credit. As of late, they have been playing really good defense over the last 5 games. They're ranked 7th in defensive rating. But we're talking about a Dallas team that's not slacking. I mean, over the past 5 games, they're 14th. But if you expand that to the last 10 games, they're creeping up a little bit more than that, about I believe in the top 10 range there. So I think that Dallas, it has the capability of playing better defense here, better offense, effective as far as efficiency wise. And we're going to get that cover in the first quarter. I like this Dallas team to come out there and just do what they have to do. And honestly, I'm liking Dallas in the first round as well. We're going to talk a little bit more about that throughout the week, but I'm liking Dallas in this first round matchups here. I'm starting to like Dallas in the first round matchup. The way it's starting to shake up, and it may be something I keep my eye out on. Right now, they're in the 6th seed, tied up with Portland. I think Portland loses today. I think Dallas wins. I think the Lakers win. I think Portland starts to slide into this play-in game, but I'm going to go back and talk about that a little bit later. Make sure you guys hit the like button, and hit the like button again. We're going to go into this next game. This next game is very interesting as well, and I did mention it a slight bit. It's the San Antonio Spurs going on the road and facing the Brooklyn Nets. Right now, Brooklyn is favored by 5 points. The total is at 232 points and a half. Now, we got James Harden playing back. So we got James Harden back in the lineup, but we're not going to have Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has just recently announced that he's out just before we got live here. He's going to be out of the game. Probably not going to have Kevin Durant either, even though he's not on the injury report. I wouldn't be surprised if he's resting and some shit like that, you know. Joe Harris is out. Big shot. Joe Harris is out of the lineup. He's not going to play. But again, they got James Harden in the lineup. They got maybe have Kevin Durant. Blake Griffin's not on the injury report either, but I'm looking at those 2 guys just to see if they're playing or not. It's going to be interesting. San Antonio Spurs coming off of a great win against the Bucks. I had the San Antonio Spurs in that game. I didn't tweet that out, but I did have it tracked on my Action Sports there and shit. But sometimes tweeting out it'd be just a little bit harder than experience, bro. Like trying to have like something to go along with the shit to kind of give you guys an idea why I'm taking this shit. I didn't find anything. I'm just gonna post this shit. Fuck it. And that's sometimes I do that shit like that. But neither here nor there. I'll tell you this though, as far as this team and the San Antonio Spurs, is not a joke. They're already in the play-in. They're pretty much locked in. I already mentioned that the New Orleans Pelicans packing this shit up. You know what I'm saying? And again, New Orleans Pelicans been playing great defense, like number 2 in the last 10 games as far as defensive rating. But they're packing it up. They got Lonzo, Zion, all these guys out. San Antonio, on the other hand, they haven't been playing that great of defense over the last 10 games, but they have been picking it up recently. Over the last 3 games, they have been picking it up pretty much recently. And again, they did play the Bucks, so they allowed them to score a lot of points. But in that game, I've seen a lot out of those guys that they just kind of came prepared. And you expect that from a team that's coached by a legendary coach like Greg Popovich. So you expect that. In this game, though, if I was to make a free play here, if I had a free play on this game, I'm going to take San Antonio on the money line here. I think my guy Ski mentioned that as well, kind of gave me an intrigue there. And the reason being is because if you think of it this way, all the money is coming in on Brooklyn Nets on the money line, yet the line, and I like to look at the money line as well, the line is moving towards the San Antonio Spurs. It opened up at plus 180 at majority of the spots, like plus 170, plus 180. Right now it's at plus 155, plus 165, a lot of spots. So that shows me that money is coming in. I'm sorry, the tickets, majority of the tickets are coming in on Brooklyn Nets on the money line, but San Antonio is still moving. They have enough money, enough sharp action to move that line. So that shows me that maybe San Antonio may be the spot here. It's just very interesting to see towards the end of the season which teams is trying to really rev it up and which teams is playing fucking bullshit like the Lakers and sitting LeBron and shit. Which teams are doing that? Now, let's go into this last game before we go into this Laker game. It's going to be the Portland Trail Blazers against the Utah Jazz. Now, this is an ESPN game, marquee game. Very interesting game. Very interesting game. Money is coming in on Portland, rightfully so. Obviously, they have a lot to ride for. They're trying to keep themselves out of the play-in tournament. The Utah Jazz, on the other hand, the Utah Jazz are locked in, but are they really locked in? They're not locked in on the number one seed right now. Let's pull up the standings here and as far as their next few games, because this game is very interesting to me based off of what the Jazz have coming up next. If I'm not mistaken, what I wrote down here is that the Jazz next upcoming games kind of indicates that they need to win this game. Now, this game, they're not going to have Donovan Mitchell. They're not going to have Michael Conley. Let me double check here, and I'm going to make sure I give you guys accurate information here. I'm not sure if they're going to have Mike Conley either. My idea is thinking that these guys are just going to wait to pull these guys out. So Mike Conley is out. No timetable for recovery. It's a hamstring issue there. Right ankle sprain for Donovan Mitchell. He's probably not coming back to the playoffs. For the Portland Trail Blazers, they have Carmelo Anthony is questionable. Big guy, big contributor there, but having Norman Powell in could kind of take a lot of those shots away, and that could easily be subsidized basically off of him being out of the lineup. So I'm not really necessarily concerned about Carmelo Anthony being out. 12 points over the last 5 games for him as well, as far as his average. Not necessarily concerned. 32 points for Damian Lillard. That's what he's been averaging over the last 7 games. So I would be concerned that he's out, but he's playing. CJ McCollum will be playing. He's averaging 21 points per game. Norman Powell, who I mentioned that will take a lot of the shots away from Carmelo if he's out, he's averaging 20 points per game over the last 7 games. So that's interesting to think of it that way. Now, Nurkic is back in the lineup. That's a terrible matchup for Utah, in my opinion. I think Utah is a great team when it comes to playing team defense, having guys like Royce O'Neal being a key guy. And he played great defense against Steph Curry, don't get me wrong. But it is Steph Curry, bro. Like, fucking historic run Steph Curry right now. Like, ain't too much you're going to be able to do with that. That being said, I'm going to say here and think that Royce O'Neal does play great defense. He only has to do. That's all he has to do is play great defense. Jordan Clarkson and Rudy Gobert, in my opinion, and not only Bojan Bogdanovic has to continue to cook. I mean, he's been on an all-time career spot right now over the last 7 games. He's averaging 28 points per game and just about shooting at, I'm believing, about 52% from 3. If I'm not mistaken, if I got that off correctly, my apologies. I'm short. I gave him too much. He's shooting 50% from 3, 56% from the field, though. I like this team in the Utah Jazz. I'm hoping that they win this game, though. And that's the fan in me wants to take the Jazz here, but the numbers as well. Everything is pointing towards Portland here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do pull it off, but I'm a big fan today of the Utah Jazz today. I'm going to be a huge fan because I want them to be a half game ahead of the Lakers. Yet the next 2 games for Utah Jazz is the Thunder and the freaking Kings. Those are 2 easily winnable games. They're 2 games ahead of the Suns. If they win this game, they kind of lock in that first seed. They lock in the first seed, lock in home court. So it's a lot of motivation on their behalf to win this game, win this shit all the way out. That's how I'm looking at this game. I'm just looking at it based off of a seeding standpoint, based off of what we've seen lately. These guys can step up in the Utah Jazz in big moments. This will be considered a huge moment for them for the season if they win this game, national televised game. Now, I would say this to y'all too, because I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any chat. I don't see the chat and shit right now. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. But I don't think y'all have any questions or anything about this game. But I will say this though, bro. Since they allowed fans back in the stands, it's been the most fucking fans in the Utah Jazz. They've been having the most fans, bro. The Utah Jazz has been having the most fans in the stands. I was watching the game with my wife. She was like, "Is this a rerun or this a rerun or something?" Because they showed the crowd and shit. Seeing all those fans is like something that you're seeing like it's like fucking barefoot, Bigfoot. I said barefoot. It's like Bigfoot. I'm thinking about drinking and shit, barefoot wine and shit. But it's like Bigfoot and shit, bro. Which is fucking crazy. Like all those, neither here nor there. We know how Utah fans could get, but very rowdy group, very home court oriented over there. But that was very fucking that was very interesting there. I just want to mention that. But neither here nor there. Let's go into this next game. All I will say there is I'm hoping that the Jazz pull that shit off. My heart is and my mind and everything fucking reasonable is telling me that the Portland Trail Blazers will. So I have no action there on that game. But I do have action on this game, and I'm kind of unfortunate on taking this shit here. Obviously, the news about LeBron James being out of the lineup today. They are at home. They're going to unveil the championship banner, which is is very meaningless at this point because you're playing the fucking Houston Rockets. You're not doing it to intimidate them. Like, they probably won't even have fucking Christian Wood in the lineup today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if Christian Wood doesn't play in the game. And let me go ahead and break this shit down. My apologies, y'all. If y'all just tuning in, this is the Los Angeles Lakers at the house against the Houston Rockets. This game opened up, I believe, at 12. Now we got 8.5 due to the LeBron James news being out. And also we have Anthony Davis, who's questionable. Now, my initial reading here was thinking that LeBron James is going to obvious play, in his uniform and have an announcement before he unveils the championship banner that he brought to the Los Angeles Lakers. But no, let's see what he has on as far as street clothes. Let's see what he wearing as far as street clothes and shit. And look, there it is right there. Anthony Davis is out as well. So now this fucking 8 makes sense now. Because at first with LeBron being out, he wasn't all the way. The number didn't really move too much. It moved from 11 to 10. It's like, what the fuck is that about? But now AD is out. This shit gotta be moving now. It gotta move to 8. It gotta move to 8 now, right? So it's already moved off the line in my book here. But I believe the 8 that makes sense. That makes sense there. So I would say this though. I took the first quarter Lakers. Got it at 3. Oh no, I'm sorry. I got it at 4.5. My apologies. I got it at 4.5 because this is prior to LeBron being announced. Got it at 4.5. Right now it's at 2.5. You get 2.5 if you like the Lakers first quarter. My idea of thinking is this team early in the Houston Rockets, they're just bad. They're allowing opponents to score about 36 points in the first quarter over the last 5 games. And let me pull that back up here because I believe let me just make sure I got it all the way dialed up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We can't be tippy-tapping playing around with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been in and out of these stats here. So as far as writing them down, I didn't write this one down. And the reason why I didn't write this one down because it's kind of easy to think of it this way. They're allowing opponents to score 37 points in the first quarter over the last 5 games. For the last 5 first quarters for the Houston Rockets, opponents are shooting 56% from 3, and they're getting 37 points per game in the first quarter. In the first quarter, they're giving up 37 points. They're not having their guys out there. John Wall is not playing. Big guy that's out. Maybe they're going to get this guy, Christian Wood, out. What do you got to play him for at this point? Why would you throw Christian Wood out there? You have 2-3 games left. Why would you play Christian Wood on the game? Obviously, it's not a marquee game. You don't really care too much about it. He's questionable right now. He's not all the way dialed in yet. But at this point, you don't. What else can I think about there? Like, But okay, so as far as the Lakers, they have AD out now. We have Dennis Schroeder out. We got LeBron out. We got Kuzma going to play. TH2 shot the big game winner last night. Marcus Gasol, who was a non-factor last game as well. KCP is probable. Those guys most likely are going to play. My whole thing with this Lakers team, it didn't even really have to be about LeBron or AD or any of these guys. Obviously, I want those guys playing, but it's all about the Lakers fucking turnover in the ball, bro. They cannot turn over the ball in this game. They cannot turn over the ball in this game. If they're going to win by double digits, because they still can without AD and LeBron, they can still do it. They have very great pieces. Andre Drummond is not a fucking all-star. Don't get me wrong. He's not an all-star, but he's a good piece, good enough piece to beat this team that's led by fucking Kenyon Martin Jr. and shit. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this team as a big smash spot regardless of them still playing in the lineup. I'm still going to take them at 4.5 in the first quarter, 6.5 in the first half. I'm still going to give that play out because I believe that this is still very feasible. It's very obtainable. With that Kuzmania behind me, I got from fucking riding with Kuzmania. Now, I would definitely tell you guys, and I will give you a fucking disclaimer here. I'm a Laker fan. Take that as a grain of salt. THT, bro, fucking sweaty butcher, bro. Now you got me scared, bro. So I didn't want to bring up THT. He did great. He did great last night. Showed confidence. But fuck, man, he be doing some dumb shit, man. We don't have a ball handler. I was fucking hoping LeBron comes back, and then the 18 fucking turnovers that we've been averaging over the last 5 games. I was hoping that would go down. Doesn't seem like that's the case. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Houston Rockets, though, they're not going to force that many turnovers, so we shouldn't be having to worry about that. As far as opponents' turnovers, they don't force that many turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull this up really quick. My apologies, you guys. About 13 turnovers. If we can get around to the 10 range, I want to be at 10 to 12 range in turnovers. That'll be an easy spot for us to win by double digits here. We should cover this full game at 10. We should cover 10, 11, whatever. But I'm going to take the first quarter. I already took the first quarter, -4.5. I took the first half, -6.5. You're getting way better numbers now. I'm not shying you away from it. Honestly, I would say the first half probably would be the best bet at the 4.5 if you were to take it. But I'm going to tell you guys this. This Houston Rockets team is not only bad in the first half, they're bad regardless, man. They're bad regardless. They're allowing opponents to just score as much as they like, 130 points over the last 3 games. Like, this shit is just – it's just something that you just can't really you can't put your finger on. You can't stop the bleeding, basically. You can't stop the bleeding. 135 points over the last 3 games. Lakers have been playing a lot better defense lately. Hopefully we can continue to do that over the last 3 games. We have been holding opponents to 105 points. There's been some, so there's some cupcakes in between that. So we'll leave that there. But it's all about, for me, as far as the Lakers, it's all about the opponents' turnovers and our turnovers. If we could hold our turnovers down, like 12, 11, we'll win this game convincingly. If we don't, we'll have tough. Last game we won, we still had about 8 almost 10 more turnovers than the other team. So I'm looking at it that way here. Didn't think to go this long here. Fucking go Lakers, go Utah. I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks first quarter, first half. Also taking the Celtics -6. Lakers first quarter, first half. That's how I'm looking here. If I was to take any props today, it's going to be probably Kuzma over points now, obviously. Kuzma over points. Evan Fournier over 3 points made and over points as well. That's pretty much my only looks there. Holla at y'all later, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in here, rocking with me from Facebook, from YouTube. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This is Who-Bangin Sports Talk. Y'all know who it is. TrotWAM OG. And it's only right, bro, that we get it in like how we supposed to, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only right.
Oh, them niggas hitting it in over there.